Welcome to this week's installment of the Whiteboard Wisdom video series by DialogTech. My name is Brendan Jackson, Director of Marketing at DialogTech. And today we're going to talk about the idea of the on-call center and couple that with the idea of the BYOD, or bring your own device revolution. So imagine this scenario. You have just embarked on starting your own company. It's going to be a tough and difficult process, worth it at the end, hopefully. And in the beginning, you're doing a lot of work around trying to secure investors, talking to lawyers, trying to get your business started and off the ground. And at this point, you're talking to these people, sometimes by email, but a lot of times over the phone, and maybe even face-to-face. But the phone communication is really your most important avenue right there to talk back and forth. They want to hear your voice. They want to know what kind of person they're dealing with. And in this scenario, it's just you talking to someone on your cell phone, giving them your number as your point of contact is very easy to do. But the next stage, things start to get a little more complex. You potentially have a partner, maybe one or two employees. You've got your website up and running. You're still talking to investors, you're still talking to lawyers, you're still talking to the people that are helping you build your business from the ground up. And even here, potentially, you can still just use your cell phone number for communication. You're still the person who is really driving this business. You are the CEO and the president and the founder. So you want to talk to somebody about your business, you give out your phone number. And again, it's a very, very easy communications channel. But the next stage is you're opening up an office. You've got 5 or 10 employees. You've got a website with a customer support number on there. People are calling you. You're not just dealing with investors and lawyers, you're dealing with facilities people, getting the cable set up and getting the internet set up and getting your facilities set up. How do you make this work now? How do you make it work so that the people who are calling into your business can reach and talk to the right people at the right time without having to invest in some complex PBX phone system? So I want to talk about this a little bit. This original idea here is it's just you. This is your cell phone. Someone's calling you. It's a one-to-one communication channel. It's very easy. We talked about now having employees, having people that are working for you in various capacities, whether it be sales, marketing, engineering, support, and people want to reach these people. You've got people who want to talk to you about marketing your company. People want to talk to you about support questions. People trying to sell you things. You can't list all these different people's phone numbers or cell numbers on your website. And that's an important thing. These people all have their own devices. Most likely they have a cell phone. They may communicate also via Skype or any other kind of soft phone. So how do you handle this? How do you handle these calls coming in with these people who have their own devices? Well, a really easy way to do this is to set up a virtual receptionist. What a virtual receptionist can do is handle the calls that come in from the outside and then route them accordingly to the right person based upon this caller's need, and route them, more importantly, to their own personal devices. There's no need to get a telephone and have it physically stationed at someone's desk. Or if you're even opening an office and you have people remote all over the place, they have their own devices. Let them use it. Let them make it easy for them to take calls on their own devices. Let it make it easy for the people calling to route to those people correctly. Why is this important, and how is this sort of jive with the marketplace and where it's heading? So right now, the stat we're looking at is 70% of mobile professionals will work on personal devices by 2017. If you think about 5 or even 3 years ago, people still had potentially their iPhone or Android phone for their personal use, and maybe a device given to them by their employer, a BlackBerry maybe, and they carried around 2 phones. Now if you think about it, people just have their one device. They use that device, whether it's for taking phone calls, whether it's for checking their email, personal and business, they have their one device. They have their device and using it for their personal life, they want to also use it for the business life. Let them use it. It makes it easier for them to have one device, and it makes it much more cost effective for you to not have to buy expensive phones all the time. The second piece of this is the idea of WebRTC, or Web Real-Time Communication. That's the idea that built into the new Google Chrome browser, you can make a phone call out and receive a phone call in, and have that voice dialogue happening back and forth. The estimate here is that there'll be 2 billion people using WebRTC by 2019. So think about that stat. Think about the idea of being able to give someone a laptop, Google Chrome, and have all their calls coming in directly to the laptop or going out via their laptop, regardless of where they are in the country or where they are in the world, or at home or in their office. The whole idea here, and we look at it back over here, is to create this idea of a frictionless voice system. To make it as frictionless as possible, number one, for the consumer to come in, or the salesperson, whoever it is, and be routed to the right person in your company, and frictionless as well for you and for your employees. Not having to invest in a PBX system, not having to invest in phones all over your office, but simply allowing people to use the devices they're already comfortable with, that they already own, and that really costs you nothing. Thank you very much for your time today. If you have any questions, feel free to visit us at DialogTech.com.